Today we are talking about how to get from break-even or not profitable in trading to profitable, consistent, and funded. Okay, we're gonna cover a lot because these things they don't take like a day to make happen. They take a long time sometimes, but that's still okay. Okay, because we're still gonna get there anyway. And I know you're putting a lot of work in your trading right now. You're maybe putting a lot of effort trying to make things right. And so if that's your case, then what we'll cover today is gonna be really useful for you. Okay. So what we'll cover today is I kind of have a really ambitious goal for you, like I mentioned before. So we're going to start with if you are break even right now, or even not profitable. So you have returns that are somehow getting back to break even all the time, or your returns maybe they are fluctuating, like they might be profitable sometimes and unprofitable sometimes, and you end up being not really profitable, or you just lose money every month, but it's a small amount of money you lose. So if you're blowing up your account every month, here is not really a place to learn things. You'll still get a lot of like really good tips, but this training today is for people who are slightly not profitable or break even in trading. Now, what we want to do with this is we want to get to a point where we're able to make you consistent and profitable in trading. Okay, so we want to get to a point where you're going to be able to be profitable and stay consistent as well. Okay. Now, the big goal of that, the end result we want to get to, is after you've been consistent and profitable, we want to get you to being funded by prop firms. So we want you to be funded and also stay consistent. Again, you can fail in all these places. You can be consistent, profitable, but then you fail back to break even or profitable if you don't have the right routines. And or you could be like funded and consistent, but then you fail back to just consistent, not funded because you make mistakes. So today we'll have tips for the part of break even to profitable. So break even or not profitable to profitable. And I'll have some tips for consistent profitable to funded and consistent. So I'll have tips for both places. So no matter where you are right now in between those places, you'll be able to get tips and things to apply to move forward. Okay, so that's gonna be a good fit for everyone. So what you learn today is quite simple. You learn principles that will make you profitable and consistent in trading. You're gonna learn how to get funded by prop firms. We talk about this a lot recently because people have a big request for that. And we'll talk about how to get to the highest level of funding by prop firms. Now, to put things in perspective a little bit, the maximum that some prop firms have, now it varies sometimes, but a common one will be $1.2 million. That's the maximum they can go to for one trader. So if you were to make 5% a month with trading on your account of that, with a 70% profit share, right, which is normal, you will be getting around $42,000 a month. So that's kind of what we aim for. And that's what I said, this is an ambitious goal. Okay, it's not something you're going to get done in one day, not even 1 week or 1 month, but it's something that we can help you achieve with the right tips and with the right tools. So I also want you to be able to sustain your capital growth and quit your job eventually if that's what you want. Some people want to work a full-time job and trade at the same time. That's okay. But if you want to be able to quit, then I want to make sure you have the right resources and the right kind of trading results to be able to do so. Now, of course, all of this into one powerful training today. So I want to remind you here, because this is really important. It's the fact that it's really easy now to say, oh, I won't ever get there. It's too hard. Only a few people can do it, and I'm not one of them. But you got to be able to flip your mindset, and you got to stay focused, take notes, and silence your phone. If you find yourself going into like different tabs, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you go on wherever that is, then chances are that you already think that, oh, I'm not going to get there. Okay. Or chances are that your subconscious is like on a different place. So you want to be aligned with your goals, and you want to be able to stay focused on things. Okay. So I know for sure that people that stay focused today, that watch the training, that can take notes and stay into it and stay focused, they will be the ones succeeding in getting results. People who just tune out, they have to listen to it. They just go on different websites and they do things at the same time, or I don't know, they wash their dishes while they listen to the webinar. These people won't get results. It's a simple fact that you cannot master something if you're not fully present on it. You have to be present there to be able to master it. Okay, so that's really important. Now here's a quick disclaimer that's we always put that myself here on a typical trading involved risk, of course, you know that. Getting funded is not for people who are not who don't know what they're doing yet. So you've got to be able to know and have the right result for that. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money on challenges, which I don't recommend. Any information here is at your own risk, of course. So here's a little bit about myself and what I do. So you probably come here for the email, from the email list, or because you follow me for a while, so that's fine. But if you don't know me yet that much, here's a bit of background of myself. So I'm a traveling Forex swing trader. So I travel the world quite often, usually. Now I'm pretty much in Thailand for a while because of the virus. And I swing trade Forex. So I host a podcast called the Disaster Trade Podcast where I interview traders every week. I began trading in 2013 and I began trading professionally in 2016, where I met my first investor. We'll get more to that later. And I got $67,000 to trade with. So my goal is to be able to help aspiring traders to quit their job and trade for a living eventually. Okay. So like I said, it's not an easy goal. It's quite ambitious for sure, but I want to make sure you have the right tools to get there. So I want to get back in time a little bit. And a few years ago, I was making good progress. This is around like 2015 or something. So I was making really good progress in my trading. And I thought that being able to get full-time would just happen eventually and that I would have to jump. Like I didn't really know how, but I thought that I would be able to go full-time eventually. Now, I was putting a lot of work in my training. I was doing checklists. I had all these things I was following, and I tried to make sure that things were all going right on plan. And I was really putting a lot of effort into it. But even though I was putting a lot of effort, it just wasn't enough in the sense that even though I worked hard on my training, I was getting much more profitable and everything. I couldn't go full time. I had this full time job that I was working on. And I was actually studying back then in university to be able to work in logistics. And so even though I was a fairly good trader, not like top performing, but decent good at the time, I wouldn't be able to go full time. And eventually I began to go to meetups and I began to meet other traders and talk about things. And that's where I had a pretty tough reality check by being around other people. So one night I was at this meetup, and one of the traders there reminded me that for him to be able to go full time with his trading, he had to work like around 10 years in the job that he likes fine, but like a top like corporate job, like a really good salary and everything in a pretty good company. You had to work there 10 years to be able to save enough money for his trading to be able to go full time. And I didn't want to do that, of course, because for me, the idea of working 10 years in the company was horrifying, was something that I really didn't want to do. So I had to find a way to do things different. And eventually, by going to one of those meetups, I connected with an investor that had money that I could trade for him. So he gave me some money. And I basically from there learned my way to professional trading. I had to kind of figure out myself. I didn't know anyone back then trading for investors. So I had to, of course, build connections, find people who did it, and kind of learn how to do it the right way. Now, eventually, I realized that I didn't have to work a normal job anymore. I was able to just make enough money from this trading for the investor without working my job, and that I didn't really have to work my job at all. And that's really what started in a pretty big way my full-time trading journey, and me allowing me to go full-time and to focus on what I love and travel the world and trade at the same time. So today I want to share with you how you can do the same thing, but we'll focus now on online prop firms because these are much more easy now to kind of use, and they didn't really exist back then when I began trading myself or when I was about to go full-time. Now it's just crazy that you can do this with prop firms online. You don't have to move anywhere. It can be no matter where you are, you can still do it. It's just that's just amazing. So we will use that to be able to help you kickstart your trading journey and your full-time trading journey, actually go full-time. And that's going to help you now. This training is going to help you even if you're not profitable yet. So there's some things you can do to kind of, sometimes the only difference between profitable and not profitable is just like a few tweaks, just like making these small tweaks, and then your results suddenly boom, improve really fast. So that's what we want to have today. Okay, we want to be able to allow you to improve your result even if you're not profitable right now. And these tips and tricks, I want to remind you because you might think, oh, it's too hard, it's not possible, prop firms are scams. Well, not really. So these tips, they work for other people as well. People that we've helped in the past, that I've helped in my academy and different things that I do. So a lot of people so far have been able to quit their job and trade for FTMO. It's not all of them, it's just like a few of them. We have a lot more success stories of that. But people like Sanjit who were able to quit his job and focus on trading only. David got his funding from Top Step I think a year ago or something. And he got $200,000 with them, which is pretty cool. And Robson FTMO. So there's a lot of that. A lot of people have been able to use these tips and get to where they are today, which is profitable and sometimes full-time as well. So I want you to now type in the chat and tell me how much capital you are looking for in trading. So, or do you want to have like $20,000, you want to have $50,000, $100,000, a million, let me know in the chat. I'm kind of curious to know what your ambitions are, what your goals are, and we can discuss and kind of focus on that more. So let me know in the chat. You can just use the chat to comment there, and I'll be able to kind of read your questions or read your answers, and we have a good idea of what you're looking for. So I don't know if I can pull out the chat here. Okay, it's not really coming, but that's fine. Maybe Hannah can give me a few answers.
Yep, in here, start with 20K, become full-time trader, 50K to start full-time. I'd like to make 12K monthly, enough to earn 50K per year to start. Those are the responses.
Okay, cool. So you guys have fairly decent goals in terms of getting started. Now we have to kind of flip that to, I'll just give you an example for that. So I was back then with my like $70,000 with an investor, and for me that was huge. That was like big capital back then. And then I kind of just I thought this was pretty big, and I was trading with that. And then suddenly I go to this like I said, this like cocktail time with like different traders and things. And I talked with this guy next to me who told me that he was trading only like $300 million. I was like, what? He's like $300 million. So sometimes you think that what you have is big or what you're going for is giant, but other people that have been there before, they have a lot more than you have. So it just shows, it's not to compare yourself, but it shows that you can always do more, and you can always get bigger and bigger results if you want. So we can start with those goals, but we'll get to a point where you have to scale up, and we'll talk about that more today, of course, how to scale up and things, and so that you're able to go bigger, of course. Awesome. So I lost my slide over here. Let me just go back. Cool. So today we'll talk about the 4 big leaps that really matter to get funded and consistent. These are, so some things are there that you do before you get consistent. Some things are there after you get consistent to be able to get to get funded. So they are like in different parts. And I want to share 4. I thought before sharing like more or less, I was not sure. But these 4, they pretty much sum up everything you need to be able to master. Okay. So here's what we'll cover. Just a quick summary here for your notes if you want. First thing is how to master your trading style. The second thing is how to have consistent and impactful routines. I'll share some pretty good routines here that I have and that I follow all the time. Third one is how to manage your risk like a pro. And the fourth one is how to scale up to $1.2 million in capital. So let's begin right now. And once again, I remind you, if you have any questions, make sure you comment below in the chat. Let me know about your questions. I'll be happy to go over those questions in the future. Either Ariano can answer them, or we can go through them in the Q&A a little bit later. Cool, my chat just appeared. Wonderful. I'm gonna put it somewhere here to not lose it. Awesome. So we have $100,000. Good. 2 million. Awesome. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now I get to the chat, which is awesome. It's perfect. We have here, View from Laval says 200 to 300,000. Good. Perfect. Awesome, guys. So that being said, today I want to, just a quick reminder here to come up in the chat with your questions if you have any questions during the event. And the other thing is, okay, we're not maxed out yet, but if you log out, then you might not be able to come back in later. We have a lot of people who are coming in. And so just make sure that you stay here in the webinars, that you don't lose your space. I would only be maxed out with a lot of people here where you cannot come back in. Okay, that would be sad. Cool. So let's talk about your trading style. So unlike what people think most of the time, is your trading style here doesn't really matter for getting funded or even getting profitable. You can trade whatever you want, whatever strategy you want, whatever technique you want to use, whatever tool you want to use. If you want to use fast action, that's fine. Trading with banks, that's fine. Anything you want is going to work fine here. But what matters is you need to be able to become an expert or a master at your style if you want to be able to succeed. Yeah, most people, they just want to copy a strategy. That won't work. Most people just want to be able to take something from a book and copy it and paste it. That won't work either. You need to become a master, which takes time. But once you get there, it means that you know exactly what your trading style is like. Okay. So you might be wondering, what does that mean? What does that mean to be an expert at your trading style or to be a master at your trading style? Well, here's something that you need to take note of. So being a master of a trading style means that you know the ins and outs, you know everything about it. Okay. And now, what does everything mean? I want to share here a few things with you. First one, so a few things you need to be able to master. First one is which setup is reliable and which one isn't. So every strategy, and this is a good example of mine. This is like if you set up, so all the stuff here, they have a red arrow. Okay, that's a setup one, setup two, setup three, setup four. Now, some setups work better, some work not good, right? A lot of them you could be stepped out there, but that's because there are some differences and some small kind of details that makes it more reliable or less reliable. Now, you need to be able to know this for your training style. Okay, I could teach you mine, but it won't really help you because you probably have a training style that's different for yourself. So, what matters is you need to be able to know what works for you and which setup are the best and the worst in your strategy. Okay. So of course it takes a lot of like observancy. You need to be able to observe the market a lot, and to be able to read chart a lot. But if you are able to master this, then you're gonna be a lot better, of course, and your result will improve. Second thing you need to know is you should be able to know at any time 2 or 3 ways that you can improve your trading. Okay, so for me, I already have like maybe 5 ideas of ways that I could improve my strategy or improve my trading overall. Now, you need to be able to know those. Okay, if you just take a strategy from a book or a like YouTube video or something, you won't be able to know that. Only through masters know how to improve the strategy and they know how to make their trading style better. Now, you want to be a master, of course, so you want to be able to know how to make it better. So things could be like, oh, for example, I want to look at how to use the middle band of the Bollinger Band because I use the Bollinger Band. How to use the middle band to improve the reliability. There's a bunch of other things, of course, but that's something you should be able to know right now. Okay, if you don't, then that means you have to observe the market more and become more of a researcher of your style first. You have to research a bit more. The other thing here is in which market your strategy outperforms and underperforms. Okay, so some markets gonna go really well. You're gonna get like really big returns, and things will go like amazing. Okay, but some of the markets, some of the market types, things just don't work out. Okay, and this is here just an example of an equity curve. Okay, equity curve like generator or something, where it shows you the best scenario and the worst scenario. Okay, now that's part of on probabilities, but think about the fact that the market also changes over time. So sometimes it's going to go really well, sometimes it's not going to go so well because of the market volatility or because things change, because there's more trend, more sideways market, whatever that is, things will change. But you want to be able to know when your strategy, when your setup, when your style outperforms, performs okay, and underperform, which means perform not well. Okay, you want to know that. Now, I know for myself when it works well, I work well in sideways market, not so much in trends, and I work well when there's like medium volatility, not high volatility, or there's too many chops, but not when it's too low and ranges are too tight. So you want to be able to know that, of course. And the other thing is when and how you tend to make mistakes. Now, this is more based on kind of you as a trader, not your strategy, but you as a trader, how you make mistakes, what things like trigger you in trading, what things make you make mistakes, make you fall, make you take too many trades, make you skip trades. You need to be able to know these triggers and these things when they happen so that you're able to prevent them. Now, a lot of people that I see, they have this issue with trading that only one thing they have is making them not profitable, only like one trigger. Like, for example, a simple example is when you have a few losses, you tend to withdraw from trading. You stop trading for a while because of a few losses, which is not really good, but happens to some people. Now, the issue there is if you get out after a few losses, then you don't take the good trades out that come after. And so that could change your result. Okay, but you need to know when that happens and how it happens to be able to master it, find out the issue, and fix it forever. Okay. Now, if you fix these few mistakes you make, you're more likely to be really, really good at trading in the future. So we talk about here how to become the master at your style. Now, if you have any questions on that, of course, you can comment below in the chat. Let me know about your questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions a bit later if you want. Okay, we have a lot of questions. That's good. Awesome. So now let's talk about one of the most important things that traders can focus on and can have. And it's something that I really, really believe in myself. How to create consistent and impactful routines for trading. Okay. So the only, and I say this all the time, the only way to get consistent result in trading is to put in consistent actions. This is for trading, but also for everything else in life. You need to put in consistent actions if you want to be able to get in consistent results. Okay. So I want you to comment below in the chat and tell me what's the number one routine you think that a trader should have? Is there anything that kind of pops in your mind or anything you think is super important for traders? Let me know in the chat and we can kind of discuss it also a bit here if you want. What is the number one routine of any trader? Some Zoe says meditation. Okay. Okay, get up and drink coffee. I love it. Coffee. Great. I have coffee over here, so that's perfect. I'm going to be a good trader. Anyway, look at the chart. Yeah, that's fine. Let's say chart review. Yeah, market analysis. So trading plan for sure. That's a big one. Okay. Exercise in the morning. I love this one. And this, yeah, it's a ton. So John says exercise in the morning, eat breakfast, shower, then start checking the chart. That's really good. Okay. Good risk management. Okay. So the cool thing is we have a big kind of lesson here about risk management in the futures that's coming pretty soon. Workout, yeah, exercise. Okay. So it's awesome fundamental analysis. Okay. That could be a Konami based on your training style. Market review. Okay, cool. Master discipline. Okay. Great. So we have a lot of routine here. So you guys really probably have some routines now. Maybe you don't have all of these right now. That's okay. Now, discipline, here's something important. Discipline is a end result. Okay. So how discipline works in trading is if you have like maybe you have routine 1. You have here the first routine, you have routine 2. Okay, then you have routine 3. Or it could be just actions. And then this leads to discipline. So you can think of discipline as a routine, but you won't be able to do anything to, it's not like something you can do daily. Oh, I'm disciplined, I work on discipline. It's more like you do things right, and that leads to discipline in your life. Okay. Relax time, it's a good one. Okay. So obviously my goal here was to be able to kind of get a few routines from you and what you think is good. And yeah, so my goal is to be able to get some routines here that you are able to apply if you want. Coffee is a really good one. I'm kidding. It's definitely good, but yeah, you can look at this. So you can apply this if you want. What I want to do today with that is I want to share here my kind of like my 4 core routines. So these are things that I call my 4 power routines, things I do like every day or every week. Okay, some are daily, some are weekly. A few we covered already, but I still want to share those so that you're able to use them if you want. Maybe you just copy them if you want because they work really well for me, or you kind of maybe try to apply them, see how it works for you. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then that's fine. Maybe you can tweak it, can modify it, or you can just drop it if you want. That's okay with it. I'm fine with that. So you can work on those if you want. Okay. So routine number 1 is my weekly trade review. Someone mentioned this. Actually, a few people mentioned this. So Guy mentioned this, or Iggy mentioned this. We had a few other people here. Okay, Reggie mentioned this as well. Let's go mention this. Betsy also, and Dante as well. So we have a lot of people who mentioned this. That's good. But so my trade review happens every week, and this is not really a chart. We have a chart one. This is more like about look at your trades every week. So what I do is I go back on either my fixed book or any kind of trading journal I have. So sometimes I'm using Edgewonk more than my fixed book. It depends. I kind of use both side to side, and I look at my trades for that week. I look at every single one trade I took, and I ask myself how that trade went. Was it a good trade, a bad trade? And then I classify it if it's profitable or not. Okay. So that means that I will know which trades I make mistakes on. And what I want to care about mostly is what mistakes I make. So usually when we trade, we only make a few mistakes and they're always the same. They're always like the same 2, 3, 4 mistakes we make in trading. So if you make mistakes on one trade, you're going to make it on a different trade later. That's when you want to be able to correct your mistake and be doing the same thing all the time. Okay. So if you I look back at my trade, I look at all the trades, I try to understand what happened, what's the good trade, was it well executed, did I make any mistakes in the zone or something? And if it's good, then that's fine. I look at my results too, but the result here, the P&L, doesn't really matter. The equity curve here doesn't really matter. It's not really the point here. The point is you want to be able to know what you did wrong and right, and how to improve. Okay. We'll talk about this more later. Second routine is my journaling for growth. So in line with what I do weekly is I look at my trades weekly. But what I also do every day or every week if you want, is I look at so I have a journal where I write down everything. So every week or sometimes every day too, I go in my journal and I write three things. I ask myself three questions. What went well today? What didn't go well? And how can I improve? So usually, actually, even before that, I put some gratitude. So three things I'm grateful for. Then what went well, usually three things. And then what didn't go well, one thing. How can I improve? One thing. Okay. So that makes it that you focus on what's good in your life as well. So that's good for your mindset, we talked about money mindset before, good for lifting you up. But then you also want to think about some things that you are working on. Okay. So for example, thing that might go well one week is, what went well is I took all my trades properly, or I look at my charts daily, I have my reviews every single day, right on time, perfect. Okay. Now, what didn't go well could be things like, I skip a trade that I was not sure about, or that I felt I shouldn't take. Okay. Now, how can I improve? You want to make an action plan, and that's one of the key of like really good traders, to make action plans and then make goals out of things that didn't work. So if something didn't work well, then perfect time to make it a goal. Okay, make it something that you can work on. Make it a goal for next week or the next day. So if you miss a trade, then the next goal could be to not miss trades. You're gonna focus on taking trades even if you don't feel like it. So awesome, guys. It's funny how I don't know this, but don't do it. Awesome. Yes, it's important. So that could be something you work on. Okay, and you want to make action plans. So the big key, you make action plan for things that didn't go well. Because it's okay if things didn't go well, but you don't want to be down on yourself. You don't want to be pissed off. You just want to kind of go back on track and do things right after that. So the other thing is mind practice exercise. So here I'll put meditation. I do some meditation myself, but the thing is you can do other things, whatever you prefer. Okay, it could be meditation. It could be just like some kind of mindfulness. It could be anything. So it could be some people just want to journal. That's how they improve their mind. That's fine too. You can do journal, like write things down about your life in general. You can do that, or meditation works fine, or visualization. All these things are like all in the same categories. And the thing is, not one thing fits everyone. So you want to pick one thing to work on your mind that fits you. Okay. Also, there's like different like guided exercise or meditation you can do, where it's more about focusing on one part of the trading to improve. So, for example, you focus on the triggers. There's some meditations for that. You focus on your trigger in trading. What triggers you and what makes you make mistakes, or what makes you that gets super consistent. You can focus on that. So there's a lot of things you can think about, but the key point is you want to pick whatever you prefer and focus on that. Okay, in terms of your mind. And the fourth thing I talk about this like every single day to people is connecting with traders. So every week I try to reach out to a few traders. Okay. I try to either, now it's more difficult, of course, with the COVID-19 virus, but I try to have lunch with people, traders that I know. I try to get on calls with them. I try to ask them questions. I try to interview them sometimes too. All these things, they make a big difference in your result. Okay. First of all, it lifts up your mindset. So you are better in terms of your mindset. I think it makes you more accountable. So you work on getting good results. And it makes you focus too on the right things. Okay. So there's a lot you can do here, of course, but being able to connect with traders every week makes a huge difference, especially if you've never done it before. You don't know any trader in your city. Just try to reach out to people, ask them questions, and some will reply, some won't, but that's just part of life and everything in general. So that one is a big one. I would say if you want to focus on implementing one, do the connect with traders one. Okay, that's the biggest one. Eventually, they will tell you about the habits they do. They will tell you about things you have to work on, so you don't really have to worry about anything. Okay. So I would say that's the biggest one that you want to focus on. Okay. Now let me know in the chat and tell me which one of those four routines you want to implement first. Okay. Obviously, I think that being on traders is really helpful, but let me know any one you want to implement yourself, okay, and which one you prefer. I'm curious to know which one kind of you relate more to, or maybe not relate to. Maybe one you don't want to do it. That's fine. So Guy says journaling, awesome. Who else want to do journaling? Curious. Okay, well, that's fun. Awesome. So, okay, I think this says connecting with traders. Awesome. This just says already do the first three, but we want to connect with traders. Good. Journaling for with action plan plus growth. Good. I need to get out of my shell, connect with traders. Great, awesome. So seems like you guys relate to this. That's good, of course. That's the one I think the biggest difference for me. But obviously, the other one is to sustain your growth and your progress as well. So you want to think about implementing those over time if you want. Okay, so one thing I want to remind you of course, is these routines here are all easy to do. Like they take that first time. Reaching out to traders takes 5 minutes a day. Journaling takes maybe that half an hour. Maybe your trade review takes an hour, and the mind practices can take anywhere from 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, like 30 minutes or something. So they're all pretty easy to do. Everyone here can have 5 minutes. Okay. But the thing is, because these are easy to do, they're also easy not to do. So they're very, very easy to forget to do and to slip up and not do them. Okay, based on the nature of these routines. So you got to think about how you're going to do them, and then if you feel like you kind of always miss them, then that's because something is wrong, and you want to either make your routine better. Your routine should fit your lifestyle. It should fit within you, what you do every single day. If they don't, something is maybe wrong, and you want to think about how you can make it fit and how you can make it better for you. Okay. What I found is if I use a routine that I like, and it's really easy to do it. Like for example, gym in the morning, waking up at 5:30 a.m. For me, that's easy. That's something I like to do. Okay, and I can go to the gym, then I like to come back here, take coffee, and eat breakfast. That's easy for me. But if it were not easy, then I could tweak it to make it better for me. For example, some mind exercise for me were really hard to do in the beginning. Things about meditation and things. So now I have to flip it, where instead of doing it like in the afternoon or something, I do it in the morning, and I make it much shorter than before. So before I used to do it to like 30 minutes, it was really hard to do. Now I make it more short, like 10, 20 minutes maximum, even 5 minutes if I want to. So, and it's like in the morning too. I go on the rooftop of my apartment. I look at the pool, the view, everything. It's like awesome. It's beautiful. And so here's easy to meditate doing that. But if I do it like in my apartment in the afternoon when I'm tired or whatever, then it's really hard to do. So you gotta flip it and make it work for what works for you, of course. So that being said, well, let's talk about how to manage your risk like a pro in trading. And so here's something that is going to be really hard for some people. Now let's begin with here a quick survey. Okay, come up in the chat and let me know. And this is a big issue in trading, and especially with the prop firms and in the challenges. When time left in the challenge decreases, so let's say you have a challenge in the prop firm, it takes 30 days. They give you 30 days maximum. It started 30 days, and then you have to, then things go well. What happens when things go down? Like you get to like 15 days and 10 days and 5 days. If you haven't achieved target yet, if you're still like not profitable or profitable, but not much, what are your chances? What is your chance of passing? Is it going up or going down when time left decreases? Let me know in the chat what you think. Is it easier to pass a challenge when you have less days left, or is it tougher to pass a challenge when you have less days left? Okay, so you have here going up, going down, going down. Awesome. Well, this is the thing is this is the biggest obstacle for any prop firm and any challenge you can take. Is the fact that, and that's why so many people fail. Is the fact that they all have a limited challenge, like a limited time challenge or a limited time evaluation, where you have to do it in some days. Some they have more time, some they have less time. That's fine. But in terms of the whole profit thing, is that they have a challenge that takes maximum number of days, and if you didn't reach target yet, it's hard to reach it when you have less days left. And also, so here's a basic lesson overall: as time left decreases, your ability to hit target decreases as well. You have less time in challenge, less time to hit target, so hard to hit your target. Now, the other thing is also is the fact that when you have less time, your mindset changes. Pressure, exactly. So Zoe says pressure increases. Exactly. So you have a pressure on yourself, you can make more mistakes. You tend to take, if you didn't reach target yet, you tend to take more trades that you were not supposed to take. You tend to act too fast, you tend to make more and more mistakes. And of course, that's bad, right? So here's a big lesson, okay? Let me just draw a graph here for you so you can understand here the principle. So here we have time left. Okay, so time left, you have like 30 days, and then you have like 1 day. And here would be something like chance of hitting target. Okay. So when you have 30 days, hitting target is like pretty easy. Okay. So here it would be like 0. Let me just fix that here. It would be like 0. Or here would be like 100% actually. So it's easy to hit target. And here would be, it's difficult to hit target. So you have like a 1% chance of hitting target. Now when you have 30 days, it's easy, of course. You can hit target really easily. Because you have a lot of time to let your trades unfold and take trades. That's fine. Now when you get to like 15 days less, okay, it's more difficult, right? And this will not be here, it will be around here. So as time left decreases, it's getting much more hard to hit target. Okay, so it will be like exponential like this, which is tough, of course, for any trader. Okay, and you have more pressure also. So now what we want to do here is we can transform this thing, and actually part of being able to manage your risk in a profit challenge, it's more about challenge management, not risk management. So how we can do things is we can tweak your plan, your risk management plan, okay, and we can make it in a way that as time left decreases, you have 30 days and 1 day here, and then you have 100% here and 1% here, just passing. As time goes by, okay, it will not be super easy to hit the target, but it will be something like this. As this decreases, this should stay the same. So it will be something like this. Okay, in the sense that when you have 30 days, it's as hard as when you have 1 day, but not too hard, pretty easy. Okay, now we can make it that way, and the way we do this is we basically give you a plan where your risk changes day by day. Okay, so if you have 30 days left in a challenge, okay, that means that your risk, let's say, might be 1% per trade, or no, it's going to be too much. So let's say your risk is like 0.5%. And here, don't risk that per trade, okay, because we don't know the terms of the profit from here. But as an example, so here you have 0.5%. Now, when you have 1 day left, okay, if you risk again 0.5%, let's say here that you have a, take an example, let's say you have a 2% loss, okay? And then you have like 40 left on challenge. So you here, you have 2% loss, and you have 4 days left. Now what you do is you don't want to risk 0.5% because it doesn't take much time to be able to achieve target. So what you do in that case is if you have only 4 days left and you have a 2% loss, is you have to increase your risk. So your risk will go up. And instead you might risk like maybe a 2%. Okay, so if you take like 3 trades or something, you'll get back to passing the challenge. Now this is good because in any case, if you risk 1.5%, you would kind of try to take more trades, try to increase pressure. Not good. But if you change your risk, that makes it that you're much more able to achieve target. Now, of course, it's risky, right? But it's part of a challenge. Part of the challenge is like it's also like a contest in some sort where you have to perform. And if you don't perform, you just lose your money. So better to risk a bit more to get back to above 0% return. So you're able to sometimes get a free challenge again, get a free pass again, and to be able to do a new one. So it's better to do that, which is going to make your chance of passing easier or like at the same level all the time, as opposed to having the same risk, which is making it tougher and tougher over time to pass the challenge. So let me know if that's clear. It's kind of a little bit obvious for some people. And when I heard this the first time, I was like, wow, that's amazing. But it's something that you might want to apply for yourself as well. Now, here's the biggest change you have to make when you take a profit challenge. The typical risk management has to be able to transform to challenge management, where you don't manage just your risk and trading, you manage your challenge overall, you manage everything in a challenge. So here's some keys of challenge management. Here's some keys you want to be able to master. First thing is you want to be able to, like I said, manage your risk or change your risk to have you achieve target and respect the profit rules. So your risk should be able to stay within the rules, but you can adjust it and make it bigger over time to be able to get back on track more easy, make getting back on track more easy. Second thing is you want to be able to talk about issues pre-challenge that could affect your trading. So we talked about this before. If you tend to miss trades before your challenge, or if that's something you see in your trading quite a bit, you tend to miss trades or you can take too many trades, you want to be able to handle those issues first things, and you want to be able to correct those first because it could affect your trading. Or if you cannot correct them, find a way to deal with them when the challenge happens. Also, you do a weekly review. We talked about this before of your trades. So all your trades you take, you review them weekly, see what went well, what didn't go well, how you can improve. Okay, and also which trades were good trades, bad trades, profitable, not profitable. And the other thing is, have time to challenge properly. This is a big one. So what if you take your challenge in the summer, okay, the summer months? Some people might say, well, yeah, it's fun, no worries. But what you didn't think about yet here is the fact that, yeah, summer can be slow sometimes, like Betsy said. So there's like some patterns in trading sometimes in your stats that repeat every year. Okay, so sometimes like maybe the fall, for me the fall is really good, or the autumn is really good. So have good returns. Then let's say winter. Okay, winter is all right. It's pretty good, except for the holidays. Okay, that's really bad. Then spring. Spring is usually quite normal. Okay, it's like average. And then summer is when you have all these fake outs, which is quite bad. So that's something you want to think about, right? That's going to impact your returns quite a bit. Now, if you take your challenges here or even here, then the result won't be as good as if you take your challenge here. Okay. But to be able to do this, you got to be able to know when you perform the best and when your results are the best and the worst. That takes a lot of practicing, probably a lot of testing of your stats month by month, and yeah, probably year by year to see what performs the best. And you got to know when your strategy performed the best too. Like we talked about this before, which market did perform the best. Part of being a master at your style is knowing this: when you perform the best, when you perform the worst, how to make it better. Okay, when to be able to take the challenge. That's going to make a big difference for some people. So of course it has to be, and this is really important, based on data. That's based on how you feel about the market. That's based about what you think, but based on actual data and trades you've taken in the past, or backtesting you've done, or any research you've done in the past. Okay. Now this is everything that makes it for you to be able to manage the challenge properly. If you do this, your challenge is going to be really going well. If you don't, then you don't really kind of manage your challenge well. Okay. So write this down. Here's a quote that I really love from Randy Howell. Randy was my coach for quite a while. And he says, the real power of a trader is not to avoid problem, but it's instead being able to deal with anything that happens. So you're going to have problems all the time. Any month, any day, you're going to have some issues coming up. Now that's fine. Everyone has that. The key here is you want to be able to deal with those, and you want to have a solution for those and being able to deal with them. If you cannot deal with them, if you let the problems affect your trading and your results, then of course you won't be able to reach top level. But if you have fixes for your problems or things again to prevent them and correct them over time, that's when you really perform really good in trading. That's when things go really, really, really well. Okay. So I really love this quote. It kind of sums up everything we talk about risk management and challenge management. Now we get to the last part here that I want to talk about, and that's a very important one because the fact that some of you guys here that you want to get to like 50K a year in capital, that's okay too. That's fine. But some of the people that want to get to like 300K, 200K, that's awesome. Okay. So we want to help you get there, and that's going to be done by scaling up your trading. And so scaling up is hard because it kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone quite a bit, and it's like achieving bigger levels. So that's quite tough. But let me just remind you here that profit trading is not the ultimate goal. Okay, if you get funded by FTMO for like I don't know 50K, and then you say, "Oh, that's good, I'm going to stay there," that's all right. But you could go much beyond that. Like I said before, when I had my $70,000 from trading, my 70K account from investor, I thought, well, that's big, that's huge. But then I see a trader with like $200 million, and that's like, oh wow, that's pretty amazing. Okay, so you can go much beyond that, and that's what we want to help you do, of course, and teach you how to do. So the two priorities you have after a challenge or after you've been funded by a prop firm is you need to be able to protect the capital you have, so protect whatever money you have in your account, protect whatever funding you have, and go after more capital, more opportunities, of course. So it could be capital, it could be something else. So your action step here, a few things. First of all, you have to focus on your metrics. Okay, make sure your metrics are top notch. That's part of doing a weekly trade review. So every week you look at your trades, see what went well, what didn't go well, and you keep your metrics top notch. We'll talk about what metrics matter pretty soon. Second thing is you want to work on your equity curve. So make sure your equity curve is as smooth as it can be, and you don't have like these big ups and downs by different months of the year. Okay, so if, for example, you have like, if your equity curve looks like this, let me just draw a graph for you here. If your equity curve looks like this, like you have some good months here, things go really well. Then you have like some months okay, then you have like some really bad months. Then you have some like good months here. Okay, then you have some okay months, and you have some bad months here. If your equity curve looks like this, that's gonna be scary to investors. Okay, even though it's going upward and you might be having a good result, it's pretty scary. Okay, because here you get almost back to your original point. Okay, here you get almost back to the same point. That's a really big drawdown. So you want to be able to find ways to make your drawdown smaller. That's the point here, and make your equity curve more smooth. And that could mean you stop trading. So keep a few things here. Maybe stop trading in some months that are not performing well, or sometimes, or some kind of market types, or you can just work on adding more portfolio. So having different strategies in your portfolio, be able to get more consistent returns. Other thing is graduation in size. So maybe you find ways to increase your size, increase your risk over time, slowly, of course, but in a way that gets you more return over time. And then the fourth thing is building on your experience. So now, if you do this right, you're gonna have some proper experience, which can apply to other things. Yeah, so you can for sure do that. Okay, that's important. So here, dentist says, my friend doesn't believe this is live. Will you prove it to him? Well, just reading that, prove it to him. That's fine. Awesome. So yeah, these are things you want to focus on. Okay, when you are getting better. Yeah, so this is lot size. Okay, graduation size could be lot size, or could be your risk overall. Yeah, which is going to be lot size, of course. Okay, so here's my favorite metrics, because someone asked this in the chat. Guy asked this. Favorite metrics is your compliance level or rate. This is what makes it like makes traders really perform well or not well. So compliance rate or compliance level. And this is what percent of the time, okay, you are compliant with your plan. So you follow your plan. Now you can't follow your plan all the time. Okay, only like gods could do that, but we're not gods here, probably. So you want to be able to master your trading plan. You want to execute it properly all the time, or as much as you can. Okay. Now a key level you want to aim for, which is what like really pro traders recommend. Pro traders, I mean like people like Van Tarp in his book recommends that. A lot of people I talk to as well, and Michael Tama, who's in my team, recommends that too. That's like the key point we want to focus on. So you want to be able to execute your trades according to your plan 95% of the time. So what you would do is you would track your trades. You take trade 1, trade 2, trade 3, 4, 5, 6, for example. And then trade 1, you follow your plan all the time. That's good. Okay. Trade 2, you follow your plan all the time. That's good. Trade 3, let's say you move your stop loss or you move your take profit. And that's not in your plan. So that's a wrong one. Just because you make one mistake makes it wrong. Okay. If you do everything right, that's good. If you're not, then that's not good. Trade 4, you do it right. Trade 5, you do it right. Trade 6, you do it right. Or let's say, just for this task example, trade 6, you make a mistake. Let's say you close your trade early. Just your trade should go to take profit here. Then it's like there. Then you get scared. You're like, oh, I'm going to close it here. Okay. So not according to plan. Now, what's the compliance rate? Compliance level here is you have 2 mistakes. Because you have 2 non-compliant trades out of your 6 taken trades. Okay, that gives you a 32%. So actually, it's the other way around. So you should be able to look at your compliance rate. So it should be the other way around. You flip this out, so it would be 66% compliant. Okay, so that's pretty good, right? You make 2 mistakes. Actually, that's not good. That's pretty bad, because that means that if you take 100 trades, you have like 33 trades with mistakes. Not good at all. So what you want to focus on is, of course, you want to focus on your 95% here. Okay. If you have 95% of your trades according to plan, then that's good. Now, this is not going to happen day 1 or week 1. Okay? This is something that What should matter here is if this week you have 66%, then that's your level now. That's fine. Who cares? Okay, we're good with that. Now next week, try to make it bigger. Okay, try to make it better. Next week, try to make it better. Next week, try to make it better until you get to this level here. So you go week by week, try to improve it over time until you get as close as you can to this level. Okay, so that's awesome. That's a really good metric, of course. Guys says good, awesome. So the other thing is, if something here in trading, especially part of scaling up, if something needs work, or if you need a coach to guide you, schedule it and get it done. In the sense that you don't want to think about, oh, I should get a coach, and you like procrastinate on it for like a month. You're like, oh, I'm going to find someone eventually, and then you stop, and then you like go back and everything. You want to get things done. You need to be proactive in the sense that you need to be able to reach out to these people and just get things done. Get what you don't need fixed. If you need a coach, get a coach. You need some time to work on something, like do a back test, just do it. Make this your priority, so you're able to move forward. A lot of people that get consistent, they kind of actually when they get profitable, they want to do things. They have things to do to be able to sustain their growth, but they don't do them because they are already profitable, so they need to do it. And then what happens is that they fall after. Okay, that's not good, of course. So example is when I became profitable. Okay, and it's like a really bad example, but it really like illustrates this a lot. So I became profitable. I was like not profitable here, so how to illustrate this? Okay, I was not profitable, and then I got to being profitable. And how did I do this? I did this by having the right habits. So I would review my trades every week. I would review my stats every week. I would do these things every week: meditation, exercise, all these stuff, and then I became profitable. And then when I got there, I'm like, oh well, no need to review here my stats. No need to do that. I'm already profitable. I don't have to work as hard now to be able to stay there. But what happened is I was profitable for some time. But eventually I got back to being not so profitable, like not at this point, but I got back to, let's say I go back to around here, not profitable, or like, let's say break even. Okay. So I go back here to break even. And so of course that wasn't good. And that's because I let habits slip over here, that I will have to maintain my habits to be able to get there. And some things I had to work on to do some back tests, do some things that are to improve my style, improve my training style. I didn't do them. So I went back to break even. So that's the big challenge here in life and trading that you don't want to fall for. If you fall for this, then that's okay, but you have to learn from it. You have to get back on track because you have to do things and get them done, and that's it. And here's how I like to see it. Okay, trading and basically getting funded by prop firms is like basically climbing mountains. You climb a mountain, but then there's a lot more you can climb. You see this, like you get at the top, and oh wow, there's all these mountains around you could climb. And same principle here. You want to be able to kind of go after these other opportunities. These other things you can do if you want. You don't have to sit there and like wait and do nothing. You go on these other mountains, like you get more experience, achieve more things, because that's I think what life is for: is to be able to achieve more things and get bigger things done eventually. So we covered a lot today, and I want to ask you now why you show up today. It probably is because you know you need to be able to get more capital for your trading, and you want to scale trading in the next few months. If you're here and you want to scale up trading eventually, I think we have an issue here with how we did this event. But you probably want to scale up your trading eventually. Or you're probably not sure how to proceed, and you want to have someone to guide you to the process of getting funded, getting consistent, and being able to scale up your trading eventually. Or maybe you want to be able to get funded faster without failing in challenge. So you get there to trading full time quicker, which is really important, of course. So from now on, you have basically two options. Okay, the first option is you can take what I taught you today, which is all really good and applicable. You can take that and run and get it done, okay, and get some results eventually. Which of course you'll be alone trying to make it work. Or you can use the simple strategic approach and be guided by people who already have been there. We talk about here being around other traders quite a bit, and a lot of you guys said you want to be able to do that. And so here's a chance where you can do that. And a few months ago, we launched a program that's called the Ultimate Platform Trading Program. This is the first platform trading course that teaches you how to get funded by prop firms. This is a program that's made for people who want to be able to get to increase their capital by leveraging online prop firms. So not by finding investors necessarily, not by kind of working on a trading and saving money and saving all the money they can, but by being able to use these platforms online, which are incredibly easy now to get funded by, to be able to scale up your trading, of course, eventually. So what's included with that program overall is you get access to our platform trading course, and we'll talk about this a bit more later in details. You get monthly fundamental trader mastermind calls. These are calls where you can discuss with us, get strategies that's going to work well for prop firms. You get a funded trader Slack mastermind group to be able to chat with other traders that are getting funded or are already funded in trading. You get resources and tools for the challenge. You get mentoring from a professional trader, and you get, of course, a lot more than that. So I want to introduce this to you because I know for a fact that some people are able to do it on their own, but some people just don't want to do it because the fact that it's going to take a lot of time, and also it might be difficult, and you might not be sure what to focus on at what point. And so if you want to have a way to kind of fast track everything and get your goals faster and be on other traders as well, which is going to help a lot your mindset, then that's a place you can do it. And that will be the right fit for you, of course. So here are things you learn from this program. You learn how to get funded by a platform the first time around. So some of these challenges you can do it like if you want 5 times, 10 times, but that's just a waste of time. You want to help you get there the first time around and get the capital the first time around. And we'll talk about how to leverage external capital to be able to trade full time and build a whole full time trading career. We'll talk about strategies that increase your chance of success in prop firms. So some strategies work well, some work less well. Like I said, any strategy works, but you got to know which one works the best, and or tweak it to make it work in a challenge. And we'll give you a step-by-step plan to get profitable and scale up your trading eventually. And so here are some students who went to course before, Strategy 14. He actually went to start his own fund. So he got at first time $40,000 from an investor. He grown into $67,000 eventually. And yeah, now he's even getting performance fees from investor, which is awesome. Okay. From this program, from being able to find investors and get funded. Here Marcelo as well, it was up 4% in his first one, which we taught him for prop firms, and he's on track to being able to get funded by even bigger prop firms now. So here's a quick breakdown of what's included with the course. Okay, what you're going to get from it, and what you're going to be able to develop and grow as a trader. So first thing, we have this course, the prop firm course, which is containing 9 modules on different things. So some modules are for you to do before the challenge, some are in the challenge, and some are after the challenge. So we talk about things like which prop firm you should go for in module 2. We talk about things like how the habits, and we have a lot more here than we're to talk about today. We have like a few habits that we didn't talk about here for now. Risk management, which is really important. Pre-challenge planning, how to plan your challenge. Strategies, which is really big, okay, to be able to work on challenge and get some good results. Managing your progress. So how to not like I said, fall like I've said before. When you have some good result after the challenge, how to be able to move forward. And here's how to manage capital overall, how to build a business out of managing capital and getting these like really big investors for you that will give you money if you perform well. That's pretty intense, but it's for you to be able to develop yourself, fine-tune your strategies if you have strategies, or fine-tune your habits and your routines, and fine-tune your mindset so you're able to get funded more easily. And we also have some monthly funded trader calls. These are mastermind calls. And that's because we want to actually have the support you need to be able to get funded and get profitable and consistent in trading and stay there, of course. So these are group calls we do every month in the program. And basically, other traders come in, they ask questions, and we share some advice. We have usually a program we go through, and people can ask questions. They can share what you've been doing. They can share their progress. If you have any issue or any problem there, you want to bring it up and share with people so that maybe other people in the course, they went there before you, they were there before you, they can help you out to go back and kind of to fix things. So that's really powerful. If you are by yourself, you cannot ask feedback from our traders. If you are in a group like this, you can ask for feedback, you can ask what they've done to kind of fix an issue they had and that you have right now and how to move on track. So here's feedback from Alejandro, who was in this call recently. This is so much from the feedback. And Ellie as well, who was in the mastermind. Yeah. Advice and backlisting, we talk about sticking to your plan that time, talk about passive income and risk management, of course, and equity curve. So we cover a lot in these calls, not just like one thing usually, but that's a place for you to be able to connect with other traders and ask you questions and get a lot of accountability from us, of course, which is going to help you for sure in your trading journey. Also, we have a group on Slack. This Slack is a communication app. We can just chat there anytime and ask questions. Like people there, they post either the trades, they post what they're looking for, so about the strategy that they follow. Or they post here, for example, this is something I received recently. So Oscar, he finished his first FTMO challenge. And he was able to, he actually didn't pass it the first time around, but he was able to at least put her advice, get to positive, and it's going to have a free retake. I took a challenge a bit early in his training journey to be able to just experience it, see what it's like. And he wanted to be able to actually just get like the positive somehow and be able to take the free retake, like it says here. So that was a goal for him. Now some people want to pass it the first time around. That's fine too. But in this case, just want to be able to get the free retake and experience it the first time around to be more prepared for next time. It takes it. So a good thing is there's a lot of like positive feedback here that you're gonna get from other members, and you're gonna be able to kind of know what to focus on, and they will give you advice on what they've been through before and how to move forward. Awesome. Also, you're gonna get mentored and coached by Michael Tama in this program. So Michael Tama began trading in 2000 in actually 1998, went full time in 2006. So he's a guy that I really highly respect. He's someone that I work with a lot. I hang out with him actually last year in Florida, which is awesome. And we talk a lot about things, and he has like really big goals with his trading. He's certified in risk management. He's also managing investors' money from China, from almost $3 million, which is really big. And he's the author of The Risk of Trading. So he wrote a whole book about risk management. So he knows what he's talking about, and he will be there to coach you, of course. Now, we have strategies in this program, but one thing I want to make sure, and we have a question here in the chat about that topic, is that if you have a strategy now that's working, we recommend you keep it. And these strategies we have in the program, they're good. You can apply them to kind of supplement your income in the future. Not if you have a strategy now. If you have a strategy now, just keep it. We can help you make it better. And then later, if you want to have the other strategies, you can have them if you want. Okay. But if you have one, just keep it, and that's going to be better for you. And we'll help you with it anyway. But the program focuses on two core strategies. One is the Benjamin reversal, the one that I use a lot. We have an algo for that too that's included. So you can use the algo if you want to get signals and take trades for you. And the other one is what is called the Secretariat. This is a strategy by Michael Tama, who uses on a daily basis. It's like his best strategy, and is the main one. And so you have access to both in the course, and we can teach you both because both Michael and I trade with it, and we use it all the time. So we can teach you those really easily. Again, they work really well for challengers, of course. Here's Elliot, who was using the Secretariat in his trading. This is working with Magic. So this is more like, the cool thing is that this is more a trend strategy. Okay, it's gonna work really well in trends, and that means that you can catch really big trends, really big reward to risk, which is awesome. Samuel too. Samuel was started using it. Samuel was using before the Benjamin reversal, still using it now as well. But he began using the Secretariat. Got 3% in his first month, which is pretty cool. Actually, first day or something. That's awesome. And here's the Benjamin reversals. This is more like a reversal one, of course, based on the name. And that one works well in sellers markets. The cool thing is you can combine those if you want, or you can just use one of those if you want, or you can use your own, and we can make it better with you. And we can have you kind of have it better so it fits prop firms, and you're going to get better returns. But if you have no strategy right now, if you have no strategy, you can just use any one, which one you prefer. You can try both, use the one you prefer, and you can get some really good returns. Here's Oscar got 4.5% with the strategy, the Benjamin reversal one. So let me talk a little bit about who this program is for. It's for traders who are not profitable now, or just break even now. Want to be able to solidify their trading before they become fund traders. You want to be able to kind of work on things you are not sure about, or make sure things are all solid and ready to go. That's going to be a good fit for you, even if you're not profitable or whatever. If you are still profitable right now, but you want to be able to get the guidance, support, and what you need before, during, and after a challenge, that would be a good fit for you too. So we have people that are already profitable. They can tweak a few things in their trading now. They can build better habits, because you can always have better habits anyhow. And from there, they can get funded really fast. Okay. So both people here are going to be able to benefit a lot from the course, because they get, and the key thing here is they get guidance and support that you don't get anywhere else. I know no one kind of teaching you that and guiding you through the process. And so even if you go to the course, you're going to have some questions, which we can teach you throughout the mastermind calls and the support we give you. So here are some results our students have. So for example, Robson, like I said before earlier, passed the FTMO challenge recently. Actually last year in December, I think. I got his funding from there. And Rolando as well. Rolando is doing a future. This is something I received like yesterday, because this is really recent. Rolando got he started a free trial. In 3 days, he achieved the target, which is awesome. Okay. Now this is like some really good results, of course. It's gonna have to work on a few things now, be able to tweak it, make it better. But he's almost there for the full challenge, which is really cool. Sanjit, I mentioned this before, quit his job recently, and he went to full-time trading right away, which is awesome. So what you're going to get with this course is you get the platform course, which is valued at $16,000 now based on the capital we can give you, and we can get you to trade with eventually when you get one of our platforms. Also, you might be asking, do I need to pay the platform fee on top of that? And do I need to pay for a challenge? And the answer is no, because we include for you a complimentary challenge fee. Okay, in the sense that you don't have to pay for the challenge fee or the platform challenge. We'll take care of it for the first one. So you basically get a free challenge with that program, valid for any of the top 3 firms like FTMO, Five Centers, or Top Trader. So any of these firms, you're going to get a free challenge with them. It's a challenge for 24K with 5%ers or 10K with FTMO, I believe. Okay, so you get this for free, and you need to get a bigger challenge if you want. So what you're going to get is you get the platform course plus the complimentary challenge, of course, full value of $15,200. And also, the other thing we are thinking about is the fact that you might need more strategy. So we give you 2 strategy here that work really well. But what if you want to build a portfolio, like we said before, when you are getting to scaling up? So if you want to build a portfolio, we give you more strategies here that you can use. With 2 courses we have, we give you a first course, the Trading Strategy Playbook, and the Ultimate Day Trader course. Those are 2 courses that are really popular for us, and a lot of people like them and use them. The first one, this is the Ultimate Day Trader course, focuses on strategies for day trading. So we have things about all the different sessions here, and you can have strategies for all sessions, for trading London, New York, and Tokyo sessions. Okay, so you have 3 strategies there. The other one is the Trading Strategy Playbook, which you can use as well for more income and building a bigger portfolio in the future. So we teach you here 4 strategies, actually 2 strategies mainly, and one about breakouts and one about reversals. So you can use them if you want, you can trade them if you want. And these will just add more income and more returns to your strategy overall. These are very kind of like low risk and high returns. So you can use them anytime if you want in the market. And this is what the course, the Trading Strategy Playbook looks like. So what you're going to get, you get the Ultimate Platform Program course. You get the complimentary challenge fee, Trading Strategy Playbook, and the Ultimate Day Trader. Full value of $16,000 and $794. Also, you're gonna get mentored here by a professional trader, Michael Tama, and he's a fund manager as well. So Michael Tama usually, every time I talked with him before, he was always working with like really big clients, either like big firms, big institutions, big platforms. He was working with them. But I convinced him to get to teach this course and kind of get to support our students as well in the course. So here's feedback from Rio, who talked with him recently. So he says this is an awesome team. Michael is among the best of the best teachers in the trading industry. We are beyond blessed to have him present and working with us on a personal level tonight. So Michael is always there in the group to answer your question, kind of help you out. You can message him anytime there in the Slack group. So you learn from him, and as I said, he's not working with like traders usually. He's working with like really big clients, and that's because you get him like really big results. So it's cool thing is there to kind of mentor you and teach you. So what you're going to get is get the platform course, the challenge fee, Trading Strategy Playbook, the Ultimate Trader course, and Michael Thomas guidance and coaching for $4,000. Okay, like I said, he's not charging cheap for coaching. I asked him before what he was charging for coaching, and it's not cheap at all. So you're getting his help, which is I think really valuable. You also get our connection, expert in mentoring. So if you need any help with any platform, you can refer to some platform. They already like us. They know when we refer them people that they are good traders already. That's a good thing. And if you need help with any trader we know, we can help you out and refer them to you, or refer you to them, of course. So total value of this program is $20,000, $20,794. Okay, that's what we would charge if you were to give you exactly what you pay for. So here's how this works. And because we know for a fact that you want to get there, and we know that you want to be able to get your goals, we reduce this quite a bit. And if you want to get all the bonus we talk about here today, all included, it's $997 for this program. If you'll make 2 payments, that's fine too. You get 2 payments for $499 to be able to join this program and go through everything we talked about. If you have the profit course, you have everything we talked about before. And the link is this one. So desirefree.com/capital. Just type in this in your browser, or it should be in the chat as well. So you type this in your browser or the chat, you'll be getting on the site. You can start up with this right away. Okay. And you can start to work with us as soon as possible. So obviously we had 2 choices here for this program. Either we can make it really cheap and make it cheap as possible, or we can dedicate more time or resource to give you the stuff you need to succeed. Now, you probably know already what I think about this. I never buy cheap product myself. I never buy cheap things. I like to go with value and quality. And so I want to make sure that if we're going to give you something and offer you something, that we make it as high quality as we can and as high support as we can. So that's not the course where you like be on your own and do everything on your own. That's a course where you'll do the course by yourself, of course, but eventually you get to talk with us and ask us questions, go on the mastermind calls, and get help from us, like direct help, not like emails or anything of the sort. Okay, so you'll be getting a lot of feedback from us, a lot of help, of course, with this program. Now, you might be wondering, is this program only for traders that are consistent right now in trading, or only people that are profitable? Well, here's a bit of feedback from you. So you should only take a challenge where you're profitable, okay? Not do a challenge before you're profitable. But this course will help you if you're consistent, okay? The program will help you if you feel like you're either not consistent and not profitable yet, but you're almost there, like you need to do a few tweaks to get there. This program is perfect for you. Okay, if you're not profitable, like you just started trading last week or last month, probably not the right program here because you have a lot to develop yet. Okay, and that's not going to be the right fit for you. But if you are someone who is trading for at least a few months to a few years, not profitable yet or not so consistent, but you feel like you're close to it, this program was going to be really good for you, and it's going to help you solidify everything. You might be wondering also how soon you can get funded with this program. So this, I want to be clear, 100% depends on your current situations. So if you're like almost profitable, it's going to take less time. If you're not profitable, it's going to take more time, of course. For most people, we help and we coach and we help with. It's going to take about, they get funded usually in like 3 months. That's usually what they take to get funded after taking the program. So they go through everything, the program, they apply everything, and usually they can fund it like 3 months after. Okay. You might be wondering also what the program focus on. Is it psychology, strategy, or what exactly is it focusing on? And we take a holistic approach, like a full approach of everything. So this emphasis on mastering all these things: mindset, strategy, and risk management, and challenge management, of course. So it's not about only one thing. We don't think that like master is everything. We don't believe that, or strategy is everything. We don't believe that at all. So that's what we focus on. Okay, that's the principle here. And you might be wondering also, what if you don't get funded after the program? So number one, first things first, you get lifetime support and updates on the program. So if we change the program later, you're going to get all this in the program as well when you log in online to the member area. Also, we have more than one platform in our arsenal. So if you don't get funded with one platform, and so they don't like your style or they don't like something you do, we still have other way for you to get funded. Okay, with different platforms that have this parameters, or you go to investors, you can coach you in that too. Or you can just like take other challenges, of course, and we can coach you in doing it better. So there's a risk to fail a challenge, of course, but by taking this course, you much increase your chance of passing in the first time around. So far, we had no one who failed a challenge completely. People who like failed it, they at least got a free retake because they got always profitable and positive. So no one so far failed a challenge completely. And that's because we want to make sure that they're ready for a challenge. Of course, we do a call with them before a challenge, like a coaching call, see everything they've done, what they have left to do, and make sure they're on track to their challenge right before they take it. So that's really helpful. You might be wondering also, if you're already in a course or a community or a program, will this help anyway? So what you think about here is your course or your community focusing on getting funded? And if not, then we can bring you a lot to be able to help you. We can bring you a lot of support and experience. We will help you get funded. And this can add to what they have already. So you can use your strategies you already have. You can use what your style you already have. You can use, even if you trade different markets, you can use that. And that's totally fine. We can bring here a lot more than what your course community or your trading style already has to be able to get funded. Okay, let's focus on that. So you're getting a lot more than what they teach in the course that you're part of. And I've not seen any other course before about getting funded, so probably a good fit for us anyway. Here's some traders we have. Like I said before, David, who got funded by TapStep not that long ago. Trader 14 will begin his own fund. And so what you can get from this program is the Ultimate Profit Trading Program, the complimentary challenge fee for either FTMO, 5%ers, or TapStep, Trading Strategy Playbook, Ultimate Day Trader course, Michael Thomas direct guidance and mentoring, and of course all connection, experience, and mentoring available for you. Okay, it's worth $20,000 and more. And that's, if you were to pay all this exact price for it, you'll get it back pretty fast, because if you get funded by prop firms, you get a lot of financing with them, which we believe you will do. You can get that money really fast back with this program. Okay. But of course, we make it available for you, of course. My goal with this program is to be able to give you at least 15 to 20 times more value than what you paid for. So if you pay $1,000 for it, you should be able to get at least $20,000 worth of value for it. Okay, at least minimum. So that's what you'll get from being funded by any prop firm, of course, with this program. So now we get to your questions and answer. If you have any questions for now, make sure you type them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer those and go through those with you. And if you have questions about anything we talk about so far, the webinar, the teachings, lessons, or the program that we offer you, just let me know. I'll be happy to open the chat. So I'll bring back Alejandro, and you can talk about, you can ask a question there.
Yep. So yeah, we have a good amount of questions here. So I will start more or less in chronological order. We had one question by Guy asking, he's still back testing and wants to manage capital. But he was asking, would it be a bad time next month to start the FTMO challenge because of the macroeconomic climate and those things? And also, should someone take some time to familiarize themselves with the prop firm platforms in order to be able to properly trade with them? What's your opinion in that part?
Yeah, so it's for sure going to take some time for people to kind of master the prop firm thing. One thing is the strategy you have will dictate when it works best. So maybe it's going to work well in these kind of events. Maybe it won't. And for that, you have to look at your stats and your backtest. So we could tell if you look at your backtest and look at your results when it's likely to work better or not good. And from there, you can take challenge or wait a few months. But it's going to depend on exactly what you do.
Perfect. So the next question we have is, do we also work with people that trade higher timeframes, like the weekly charts or similar?
Of course. These will be tougher for prop firms, especially weekly chart. But if you trade like a daily chart, you can still get funded by many prop firms for sure. Yeah, probably not FTMO, but other prop firms you can do that. Yes, of course.
Yeah, there is the 5%ers, which has a 6 month evaluation. So that is definitely
that's a lot for sure.
Yeah, and we also can help with that. It's part of one of the approved prop firms in our program. We have another question from Guy again asking if we also work with traders that work or trade with different assets separate to Forex. So some other type of assets like stocks or futures, we also can work with them, or?
Yeah, so what we teach you here is maybe applied to any market. And that's proof because Michael Tama is actually not trading Forex that much, a little bit, but not so much. He's mostly trading futures. So we have a big emphasis on Forex, of course, because of me and Alejandro who trade Forex. But if you trade different market, then that's fine too. It's going to work as well. And some prop firm like TopStep, they have a lot of different asset class. I think they have futures and stocks as well. So you could be trading with them. No problem with that. That works really fine too.
Perfect. Okay, so this one. So we have another question about just asking if everything is lifetime access, or what are the like the program itself, what is the access limitations?
Yes, of course, it's lifetime. I don't really believe in programs that have a limited time. I believe that you should be able to get long-term support for your trading and especially getting funded. And the thing is, you have people that joined a program like this 5 years ago or 3 years ago, and we still look out for them today. We still help them out today. They have different goals, of course, now. Like maybe now they start a fund or something. They have like bigger goals, but we can still help them out with these things. I believe that lifetime support is the way to go. So you get lifetime support to everything, including the mastermind calls. So even if you're funded and profitable, and you still want to get some accountability and support, you can come to our mastermind calls every month. You can talk with us and ask feedback from other traders too, and it's going to help you stay on track and not fall behind and just stay top notch, of course.
Perfect. Then the next question we have is from So. It says, if I have my strategy, but I still want to get prepared by you, is it okay, or or do we only work with people to which we teach our own strategy? He already has his strategy, but he wants to get the program with us.
So yeah, like I said, if you have a strategy that works fine, or you have a strategy you like, then we suggest you keep it, and we'll teach you how to make it better. We'll kind of go with you on your strategy, find ways to make it better, and that's going to work out fine. Okay, you can still pass challenge with that and get funded, and even go beyond that. That's totally all right. If you don't have a strategy now, or you feel you're not really started with what you have now, like you're not really top notch with it, then we can help you with that. We can make sure you have some strategies and you can apply those. So it's totally fine no matter what phase you're in, if you have a strategy now or not, we can still help you and make it work for you. That's going to be fun. Some people, they actually don't, they have a strategy now, they use it for a challenge, but then after they find that they need more stuff, they need more strategy to be able to increase their income or increase their profit on a monthly basis, increase the percentage. So then they apply one more strategy we have, and they kind of do it that way. So they have two strategies now, and they get just much better stats and much better returns.
Or they implement our strategy together, kind of like in a hybrid in which they personalize their own strategy with some elements from our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have another question from So again. Like, how long is the program will take? How long is the program, the materials, and
so this program isn't that long to complete. It's only 9 modules. It will take you about, I'm guessing if you do everything right, and if you apply everything and take time to do it, between 1 to 3 months. Now, 1 month could be good if you do it like really well and you take some time on it. 3 months is if you do it like really slowly, but you can just go through the whole program that way. And from there, the thing is, you're gonna probably need some support. You come through our mastermind calls, you ask them for feedback, you ask them for help. We'll give you help, of course. And that's the part where it's gonna take a bit longer, of course, to be able to master everything. But after that, you can just pass the challenge, and you'll be good to go, and you'll have built skills that's gonna last a lifetime, of course.
Perfect. And he was asking our question follow up to that. What is the success rate that people that have been taking a program are having?
Yeah, so we launched this program about 3 months ago, I believe. Before that, we had the Academy. The Academy, we still have it. And people in the Academy, all people who take a challenge just pass it the first time and just get the capital right away. So that's like pretty much a really good success rate. In the platform program so far, we have, I think, 3 people who took the challenge. One of them got a free retake. The other one also got a free retake. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm not heard about the other one. So far we have no one getting funded with this program, but people who are doing it are working on it. So I'm pretty sure within like a month or two, we're gonna start to have people getting funded really quickly. And that's what we're gonna have you part of it. One of you to be there and to get some results. The other thing is to be upfront here. We charge you a low price because we know that the program is new and we want you to test it out and get results with it. When you get to have testimonials and results, the price is going to probably double. Okay, you get like at least $2,000 to be able to join this program because the value we get, and also we get a lot of demand for it. A lot of people want to join it, so that's why we are going to probably increase the price eventually. So if you want to be a part of it, then that will be the time right now to do so.
Yeah, and also specifically this program, since it is new, that's why there are no members from the program that joined specifically to this program that are yet funded, because most of them are still in the process of doing the testing and doing their validation before going into the program. But in the academy, in the elite coaching program that we run, we have several traders who have been funded there. But the ones that chose to go via funding methods, that have been funding or even open their own
funds, exactly.
Their own funds themselves for private investors. So we have success in the other program, which is much more one-on-one personalized type of coaching, because it's been running longer. This one, since it's been running so small amount, we take the time and we want to make people successful. So we take the time to develop them properly and not rush them just to, take this and then take a challenge, because we know that doesn't work. People need to prepare adequately before a challenge. We have another question from Guy asking how often can we expect interactions with the team, and what level of support do we get in sense for in the program for them?
What kind of support? Oh, so
yeah, what level of support they can expect, and like how much or how often they can expect interactions with our team
so
members.
you get messages daily. The thing with this is we don't give you a lot of coaching calls, but that's because we know you won't need them in this point. Basically, the way this works is the mastermind calls are the way to go to be able to get feedback from us and be on other traders too. One is to be able to do like a community of traders around you as well. So what you can do is you can message us on Slack anytime and get us feedback there. We're going to reply to you really quickly. We have people in the Slack group like they're 24/7 all the time. So getting answers is really quite fast. And so that makes it in a way where you can get feedback from us anytime. So you can just message us there and we'll be getting back to you and helping you out with this. If you need a quick call, we can do quick calls with you too, but not so often. But when you take a challenge, we'll do a full coaching call with you, go through everything you've mastered and not mastered, and think about whether it makes sense for you to take a challenge now or not. So you get a lot of support like before a challenge, during a challenge as well. So that's how we make it work.
To make it more efficient for everyone, it's usually the idea to have everything via Slack, because that way, everyone is in different time zones. So it's much easier to coordinate, a text chat message and just coordinate their information than sometimes trying to get in a call. Plus also this program, the main idea was to help people and to be able to coach you in a group setting. So that is what we have the mastermind calls for, which are basically essentially group coaching calls to add value to the whole community. And the specific one-on-one call with you, the one that is fully included, it's the one to prepare you and make sure that you're fully ready before your challenge, and you have everything you need so you can get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat on the Slack channel for sure. People get back and support each other and lift each other up, so it's pretty good for that.
Exactly, yeah. In the Slack channel, you can also get much more interaction than just one person input. You can get sometimes the whole team input of coaches, and also you can get other fellow members input that maybe are passing by the same experience as you, and they just pass that hurdle, and they can share with you how they pass that hurdle.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have another question here about. Sorry, since this one came later, but it was relevant, I just
go ahead.
Let me check. About how long will the offer be available? There's one asking, how long will the offer be available for purchase?
So what we do is we'll keep it for sure at least 48 hours minimum. From there, we look at how many people sign up to the program. So if other people sign up, we want to make sure we give them enough time in the program. So we'll close down the offer after that. And if enough people join, which I highly doubt, we have select other people joining the program in a few days when we do a webinar like this, then we'll keep it for a bit longer. But in most cases, the goal is we want people to have a few people join the program, and then we focus on those to have them get results, and then we can reopen it maybe in a month or two, or maybe more than that. We'll see. But we want to make sure we give enough attention and support to people before we offer to many people at the same time. That's the goal here.
Yeah. We have another question here about the included challenge. Which are the participating challenges included?
So for FTMO, I believe it's $10K, $10,000 with FTMO. If you want to go to higher challenge, you can just pay for an upgrade, and we'll give you a pretty big discount on that. So you pay just a supplementary fee, but with a big discount. And we have some good rates with FTMO anyway, so you get a good discount on that. And with 5%ers, it would be $24,000, I think, the challenge.
Yeah, 24K one. And if you want to get to the higher one, there is also an option to get it with a. Basically, you pay the difference minus a discount that you're able to.
5%ers, they give us a really big discount on the challenges, so much better than even if you were to buy it yourself. You'll pay a lot more than what they give us as a price. So you get to pay a much smaller price for them.
Yeah, that's also why we are able to offer the 24K 5%ers as part of the program itself.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, if there are any other questions, please type them out in the chat and I will be able to answer them.
Yeah, we'll stay here for a few minutes online. I hope we can get to work with you, of course. My goal is to be able to help you out get results, and that's what I care about the most. So we want to make sure we give you enough time and enough support, of course, and that's what this program is for. So if you ever wondered about how to get funded, or maybe you took a challenge before you didn't pass it the first time around, we can definitely cover that for sure. Yeah, like I said, we have a question here. If you want to take more than one challenge, you can do it. And you can, yeah, you just have to pay the upgrade for that, and we'll give you a pretty good discount with the rates we have from these platforms. Awesome, guys. The timer here keeps stopping, which is all right. It's just to give us some time direction there. But even if you want to sign up to this program after the webinar is over, that's fine too. We'll send you a replay by email. You can watch it again, go back if you want to see it, and we'll be happy to help. If you have any question, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you out. And thanks for the question on our coverage. That's good. Awesome, guys. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, taking time to invest in yourself. Like I said, reach out to me if you need any help, any support. I'll be able to help you out. And yes, the price are in USD for this course. Yes, exactly. Cool. Thank you, guys. We'll stop it here, and I'll talk to you pretty soon.